as you come and give thumbs up. So I hope it's been all right. It's been a while since we did a live. So give people opportunity to come in, let YouTube do its thing, send out the notification. You already know what time it is. Give you guys an update to the channel, what's going on. Talk a little bit about Shib and the process. So give it a couple of seconds before we get started. Probably should have grabbed myself a cup of coffee this morning, but it is what it is. All right, guys. So those of you that's watching live, give me a thumbs up as you come in. Those of you that's watching on the replay, just gonna tell you guys what exactly is going on with the channel, where I've been, um, and as I just mentioned, I want to talk a little bit about Shib. So let's start with the channel first. Last week, I spent the majority of the time fighting with YouTube over content. All right. Now, I've been telling you guys this, ooh Lord, for over a month or two now about diversifying the content on YouTube simply because free speech isn't free speech. Now, I clearly recognize that, clearly knew the direction in which YouTube was going, okay? And that's why I've been preaching to you on live, preaching on other people's show, anyone that was willing to hear what I was saying, begging and pleading with people, hey, switch it up. Hey, look at other lines of income because these companies, man, with these algorithms, and because everything that's out there, um, they're changing stuff, right? On top of that, not only dealing with YouTube, seem like never-ending community. Good morning, Uno. Never-ending community guidelines, never-ending policy change, right? Um, seem like every 6 months you get an update or whatever. Not only dealing with YouTube, as you guys come in, please give a thumbs up. Not only dealing with YouTube policy changes and um, you know algorithm changes and everything else that's going on that I've been preaching about, but dealing with the community itself. One thing I say about the streaming community is that, man, this community is so cutthroat. And again, this is nothing new. I tell you guys this all the time. If something was to happen to my channel or another YouTuber channel that's a streamer, hey, the majority people would just go to the next content creator. Why? Because most people only come to our page to learn something that would benefit them, and then they move on. It's not like other niches. Like niches, individual would go there, and they, the majority of their subscribers will build up support by creating like a fan base. So it becomes more than just, I'm just going here to learn how to program a Fire Stick. I'm just going here to learn what's the latest IPTV, right? It really becomes support around that brand and around that channel. And the streaming community, there's been so many channels that has I don't know why people get in the doggone left lane and drive like a mama. In the streaming community, there's been so many channels that have went down, and the subscribers and the viewers on to the next. So, like I've been saying, that type of content is unsustainable. So I've been um, posting shorts. I've been on TikTok. Um, I'm about to start posting more on my other YouTube channel, guys. So After I end this live, I'm gonna put the link in the description of this video to my other YouTube channel. I'm cooking with gadgets in the kitchen. Um, so I recommend that you guys go ahead and subscribe to that channel. This channel right here, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with it exactly, but I do know I'm changing up the format. So let's talk about IPTV reviews. A lot of people wonder why or how I still do my IPTV reviews. Is because typically I follow YouTube guidelines and I usually win any appeals. I already share my struggle with you guys or how I get a lot of copyrights, I get strikes and stuff. I fight it, I appeal it. That's becoming unsustainable because, as I was mentioning earlier, you're fighting the algorithm, I'm fighting YouTube. The support from the community is not really there, right? So you kind of end this thing on your own, and then you're dealing with haters in the community. You know, you're dealing with haters in the community. You're dealing with people in the community or individuals that's infiltrating the community, that's reporting your channel. You constantly got to fight it. It takes a lot of time from me. It takes a lot of time from me dealing with emails and appeals to where you're not really creating the content anymore. Okay, you basically just you basically just trying to appease YouTube to keep your channel afloat. Me, what I do is I take stock. All right, is it worth the salt? All right, is the shake worth the salt? So I look at the revenue that I generate from YouTube. I don't get a lot of ad money from YouTube. So I look at the money from sponsorships or whatever. All right. When I do IPTV reviews or something like that. Okay. Here's the thing. The individuals or the companies that I do reviews for, 9 times out of 10, the majority of them, they benefit from that transaction more than me. So they'll make more money than me off of that transaction. Okay. So now it's to the point to dealing with all of this, dealing with all of this, I might want to change the platform up. So been working on stuff in the background and have an idea have an idea exactly how I still can give you guys reviews, but not make it the main, not making it the center point of the channel. Okay. So I believe we figured out a process on how to do that. The reason why I'm going to continue to do the reviews, even though in my opinion it's not worth the shake, is because I don't like bullies, man. I don't like bullies. I don't like nobody trying to bully me or trying to punk me or anything like that. So that's why I'm going to continue to do the reviews. But just remember, guys, I've been preaching for the longest. You have to transition. You have to transition. Even if you're not a content creator, if you're an end user, I'm telling you now, just be prepared for changes. All right, be prepared for changes to the apps, the free apps, moving TV apps. Be prepared for changes to the IPTV services you use because the pressure is on. And the way they trying to get rid of all of this is trying to cut the head off the snake. So they're going after content creators. They're going after content creators. In their mind, if it's like anything else dealing with advertising, if you don't see it, then you can't find it. And so if the community is not really supporting the content creators, who's putting out the content, all right, then the salt is not worth the shake. And you gotta know what I mean when I say the salt is not worth the shake, right? I always have the one income source. Yeah, more than one income source. Yeah. So and that's another thing too. Like I'm gonna give you an example. And it's another reason why you guys probably should subscribe to my other channel, Cooking with Gadgets in the Kitchen. Hurricane Ida damaged my grill, my last grill. If you guys remember, I had a, a pellet grill that I did a lot of content on. So I ended up buying a new grill. So the grill is like 3 hours to put together when I research it. So I ended up paying someone to put the grill together. Okay, so I had a conversation with my daughter or whatever about the grill and why she asked me why I didn't put it together, and I told her I was like, that's 3 hours. I was like, I charge $100 an hour. Okay, I charge $100 an hour. That's $300. While she would put while the grill was getting together, I was in the studio programming stuff, setting people up with products. So the amount of money I made in those 3 hours was worth way more than what I paid the company to send a person out to put it together. So if I'm investing a lot of time, right? If I'm investing a lot of time and writing, YouTube and appealing, right? And on a whiteboard, strategizing and talking back and forth to IPTV service providers about getting a product on the channel, okay? If I'm investing all of that time, then my other business ventures, like I tell you guys, the goal is to have 7 streams of income. Okay. My other business ventures, my other money making projects, right? If I'm dedicating a lot of time just to do videos to give to you guys, that's not bringing me in major AdSense money, okay? And the companies get the companies benefit more from the reviews than I do. That's not a winning that's not a winning recipe for success. All right. So all of these things, all of these factors, I took in whenever I was considering the change to the channel. So for now on, man, streaming will still be part of the channel, but it would not be the major sticking point. It will not be the major center point for the channel. We still gonna work it in, but it's not gonna be the major center point for the channel.
My practice starts at 4, so it's probably going to end 6 or 6:30.
Sorry about that, man. You guys already know that whenever somebody call me, it's going to freeze up. So, um, yeah, it's just one of those early morning calls. So I'm sorry about it being frozen. But like I was saying, man, so all of those factors, I took into account whenever deciding which direction to go. So major changes is coming to the channel, and when I say major changes, basically the the way I review the services, it will not be like it will not be a dedicated video just to that service. All right, it's not. What it's gonna be, it's gonna be like an infomercial. So I'm gonna have a subject line. I'm gonna have a subject line, okay, and whether it might be talking about crypto, it might be reviewing a Bluetooth speaker, it might be promoting one of my products. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop the implant in there um, of the IPTV service or of the app or whatever, whatever. So I'm no longer going to be doing dedicated videos just to IPTV services, just simply because the support is not there from the community, and simply because it's the community that's cannibalizing itself, because once you reach a certain number of subscribers, you that there's a feature that allows you access, all right? It allows you access to a YouTube liaison. And basically what the individual or individuals do is they help you solve problems with your channel. So if you got something going on with your channels or whatever, they help you solve problems with your channels. And I told you guys about 2 weeks ago I had that meeting with the YouTube shorts department, and I told you guys how they've been promoting YouTube Shorts. So I kind of figure out exactly how and why my channel is in such despair. How you doing this morning, ma'am?
Good. Thank you, Elder.
Thank you. You
Love
have a
you.
good one.
All right, you too.
How and why my channel is in such despair? Because it's the community complaints. All right. So if you have people in the community that's hating on you or don't want this content, then it becomes harder. It becomes harder for you to do the content. I mean, it just is what it is. I mean, you guys know how this community is. So that's how I find out. All right, why I'm having all of these issues. Well, it's complaints from people that's in the community or people that's infiltrated the community, and that's all right, man. Trust me, that's all right. Anything you do in life, especially if it's a business venture, you're going to have to deal with policies and rules and all of that. That's perfectly normal. But I hate to beat a dead horse, keep beating a dead horse. But if the support is not there, all right, if the support is not there, then the salt is not worth the shake. Just like you got in the salt shake and you got to shake, 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 shake. You ever been to a restaurant and they done brought you some a loaded potato and you got shrimp or crawfish, it depends where you at, what you eat. You got cheese, you got, I mean, man, butter. I mean, that potato, man, got everything you wanted. You bite into it, they ain't got no salt. They got that salt shake on the table, and you trying to shake it and shake it and shake it. But some kind of way along the line, they got moisture inside that salt shaker, and the little holes clogged up. You have like 10 holes in the top of that thing, but only 3 holes open. And you up there shaking, 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 right? You're not getting nothing. So that's what I mean when I keep saying the salt is not worth the shake. Okay, if the community, if our community, man, don't support each other, and it's so easy for us to move on to the next content creator to get the information. That's exactly what YouTube and the powers that be is counting on. It's counting on content creators to stop sharing this content because once again, if I don't share the content, then you guys don't know about the product, and that's the easy way to send them off into the dark. When I say them, I mean it like app developers, IPTV companies. If people don't know about you, then people can't get your product. So you're fighting with them, and you're fighting with the community itself. Frustrating, but it's part of business, and that's why you adapt, and that's why I tell you guys all the time. You got to look at transitioning into other things, because if we don't transition, then we become stuck. So once again, after this live, I'm gonna in the description of this video, I'm gonna no problem, Uno. I'm going to link I'm gonna put the link to my other YouTube channel, Cooking with Gadgets in the Kitchen. I advise you guys to subscribe to that channel. So if I'm not posting on this channel, then you guys still can see me on that channel, and I might start doing IPTV reviews on that channel also. That's mainly a cooking channel, but I can, drop infomercials in there too. Again, why would I continue to do the reviews? Because A, I don't like bullies, right? And B, to a certain extent, uh, I always been one to look at the rules, look at the guidelines, look at the policies, and look at what other people are doing, right? And if it's good for them, it's good for me. So I feel like our new approach with this channel, I feel like our new approach fits within what we're looking to do. Good morning, Ms. Gail. Fit what we're looking to do going forward. It fits the transition that I've been talking about. Okay, and it's not so much relying upon on you guys, on the end users, right? So, and again, man, there's no knock to a lot of people that watch my content, right? When I keep saying you don't have that support like other niches have, it's no knock because I shared numerous times my story of how I came into this thing. I was looking at how to program fire sticks or whatever. I just go to YouTube, I Google it. I search it in YouTube, I watch a video. I can tell you half the names early on of the people I watched to learn how to program fire sticks or Cody or whatever. Now over time, as I got familiar with the community, I started picking like my favorite people, Husham, and at that time Target 1080p was out, Solo Man was out, uh, of course Super Dale, so over time, but initially, man, I didn't really support any YouTubers, I just wanted that information. And that's just simply how this community is. Most end users is not looking. Now, do we have our supporters? Yes, we do. We have our faithful. Like those of you that's watching live, most of you are faithful to the channel. But I'm about close to like what 30,000 subscribers. Man, I'm gonna say 90% of them, probably 95 plus, only want to know about the IPTV service. I only want to know about the latest gadget, right? They're not interested in the support or our community. Okay, so that's why I'm building the channel out to something different. So when I say major changes, guys, my whole format is going to change. So just be under. I hope you guys are understanding exactly where I'm trying to go. I'm hoping that you'll be understandable in this process, but it's a change that is overdue. It's a transition that I've been talking about, especially if you've been on these lives. It's a transition that I've been talking about for weeks, if not months. That it just has to happen, right? Um, so that's pretty much the changes to the channel. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is Shib Inu. It's a meme coin. It's a cryptocurrency, right? And what we did about a month ago, I'm gonna say 3 weeks ago, we had like these early morning shows. We had like a series, like 2 or 3 shows. I think two was in the morning and one or two maybe was in the evening. So it probably was like 4 shows combined. Um, I told you guys about that Sheep coin, and a lot of you. Well, we started off talking about NFTs, right? And educating you guys on NFTs, and then when I started buying Sheep, I told you guys about Sheep, and I don't know how many of you was in a live or watched any of the videos, but I wonder if any of you invested into Sheep whenever I told you guys. And like I told you, I still was learning the crypto space. I still finding out about NFTs and um, the terminology, decentralized, blockchain, mooning, um, what else? Some of the jargon that they use, uh, but the metaverse. So I'm still learning. But what I told you guys is that as I learn, I share, and we had our whole journey on learning about crypto and how it's different from the banks and what's a blockchain and different platforms, different exchanges like Coinbase and stuff like that. We talk about ETH, we talk about gas. What is gas? What is the gas fee? So during all of this time, I was pumping Shib. Now, I told you guys at the time I didn't have a lot of money invested in to cryptocurrency. I just I don't. I had less than $1,000 whenever we was talking about it. Invested into different coins, okay? So I had a grand total of, let me see, probably seven, probably $600, $700 invested into Shib. All right. Um, that money has since doubled within 2 weeks. That money has since doubled within 2 weeks. Now think about this, guys. Think about if you had $5,000 and you would have invested that 2 weeks ago into Shib, that would be $11,000 right now. You know, the reason why I bring stuff like this up is a lot of times, whenever we start to talk about finance, we start to talk about opportunities, man, you know, immediately our defensive mechanisms kick in, right? Fight or flight. Oh, this my money, trying to pull me apart from my money. Even though if you'd have bought sheep, I didn't get a penny. I didn't have affiliate link for any of that. I just was giving you, some game on something that I stumbled across, and that's what success is, man. Success is whenever preparation meets opportunity. So during my first stint with cryptocurrency was Bitcoin years ago. When I was hearing people talk about Bitcoin, I actually had got some Bitcoin years ago, and the only reason why I got it is because I had to pay uh, IPTV service provider way back in the days, man, when we were doing STBs. If y'all know what STBs is, you had to go to the portal and put the portal name to get your service or whatever. Okay, so way back in the game, I had some brought some Bitcoin because that's the only payment that they took. But I wound up selling that off. I just brought just enough, and I actually was mad because I had some coins left over. I wound up selling that, cashing that in or whatever. So I missed that train. But because of that lesson, right? Because of that lesson, this time when she came around, I was prepared. I was prepared. I started doing my research. I started learning, and when it popped off, boom! I made that investment. Now, will she make me a millionaire or make me a couple $100,000? I don't know. What I do know is my money has doubled within 2 weeks. You know, and if you would have heard me, and if you would have listened to the lives, that's what I tell people. Like these early morning lives, man, it's like so much information, so much free game that if you just apply, you'd be in a better place, man. You would be in a better place. If you would have got you'd have brought that, man, you would have been in a better place. Like I had someone on here that told me that they had invested like $100 when she first started rolling out. Well, not first, but early in the game, and it was up like $300, and this was like a month ago. So by them buying that low, I already know that $100. If that hundred is not at 1,000 because they got in before me, If that 100 is not at 1,000, then I don't know. I don't know what is, because at one point she was up 28%, 58%, probably up over within the past quarter, probably up over 500%, and it's still going. And if it get listed on Robinhood, then boom, it's gonna shoot up more. Okay, so that's what I mean, man, about taking this information and applying it. Fight or flight, man. We think everything is a scam. We think, I don't want to take this chance. I'm not a financial advisor. Never invest money that you don't have or money you're not willing to lose, because guess what? Everything is a risky proposition. But here's the dirty little secret to people that's successful. People who are successful take calculated risks. All right. I'll say it again. People who are successful take calculated risks. The only way you're going to be able to be, how can I say, prominent in your field, if you're willing to do what others are not. So the majority of people will not invest in themselves. I'm just keeping it 100. The majority of people will not invest in themselves. The majority of people will not watch self-help videos or read self-help books. The majority of people will not buy video courses, right, to help improve their lives. The majority of people is just going to dream and try to save money. Let me tell you why saving money, give you an example why saving money the traditional way, right, will not help you become wealthy or even rich. Okay, so you got your money in a savings account. Every 2 weeks you put $100, or every month you put $100 into that savings. That bank is probably giving you 1 to 3% interest. Okay. By the time by the time it's time for you to retire, you have little to no money in there. Let's say you got 60,000, 100,000. Let's say you got 200,000, right? And when you take inflation into account, that 100,000, 200,000 is not worth the same. Now, let's say you're taking calculated risks and you take that same $100 a month or more, and you're investing into like a stock, or several stocks, right? That's a bit risky, okay, but yielding 15%, 12%, 10%, or you invested into cryptocurrency and you find coins like Dogecoin when it was popping, Ethereum, or now Shib, that's yielding anywhere from 50%, right? Anywhere from 50% to 20%, to if you can just do what they call staking, right? Just buy coins and just hold them and don't sell them. You can get 5% just by holding coins. You get 5%. So being careful, or being, I'm trying to find the right word, because I don't want the right words, because I don't want people to be reckless. Being a skeptic on everything is not conducive to becoming successful. Being a skeptic on everything is not conducive to becoming successful. If you're not willing to take chances, then you're not going to be successful. And people might look at me and they might say, well, Tech, man, it looks like you are successful. I'm successful, but I'm not where I want to be. I have so much growth to do, both financially, right? Uh, a lot of growth, self-development growth, a lot of spiritual growth, right? There's so much growth. So the upside to it is that I have a lot of potential to grow. My earning potential is out of this world, because I have investments in so many different things. Remember, 7 lines of income. That's what we're shooting for. And not all of those endeavors are successful, okay? But my earning potential is there. So My thing is, my philosophy is that fear is the number one reason for holding people. Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, think about it. Whenever you tell somebody you have an idea, a close friend or whatever, most people, whenever they share their goals, I think Muhammad Ali was the person that said if your goal is not bigger than you, or something like that, paraphrasing. Basically, it was saying that your goal should be bigger than you. If your goal is not bigger than you, then you haven't set it high enough. All right. Most people that have an idea, the first thing they do is bounce it off people that's close to them. And what's going to happen is those individuals are going to shoot it down in most cases, and not because they're haters all the time. It's because if I never been fishing before and you never been fishing before, and I start to ask you questions about fishing, you you know you're not gonna have my friend who never been fishing. It's not gonna have the level of sophistication to respond to my questions because they never been fishing. So we bounce ideas off of people that never been successful in starting businesses, or never been successful in taking risks, or never been successful in finance. Good morning. Good morning. So we bounce these ideas off of people, and that's what ended up happening is that we begin to look at all of the work, right? As you guys come and give me a thumbs up, we begin to look at all of the work that we have to do to make it a success. And then we look at the knowledge gap, right? I want to do this, but I don't know how to do it, and it's going to be a lot of work. And then you might have a friend, or a brother, a sister, a cousin, a spouse, right? That might say, a child that might say, this not going to work. Nobody wants this, right? And so that dream is laid on the shelf to die. That dream is laid on the shelf to die. Thank you. So, like, I don't know how else to explain it. Yeah, you're right. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, so when I tell you guys about my video courses, you're looking at the description of the video. I highly recommend that you get, like, a lot of people buy, and to each his own, but a lot of people buy the how to sell high spot video courses, right? Because why? It's a hustle. They can go learn that method, they can start selling right away, and they do well. Like I said, you only gonna be successful. Your success depends when it comes down to my video courses. Your success depends on your hustle. You're only gonna go as far as your hustle take you. All right. I'm gonna come to a bad sale area, guys, so I might freeze up. If I do, just keep refreshing your YouTube. All right. Usually last for a minute or two. Good morning. Good morning. So a lot of people buy the hotspot course, and some people make $500 a month. Some people make $6,000, $7,000 a month, right? Just off the course. That's Listen. That $150 investment allows you to make that amount of money monthly. All right, monthly. I have digital mentors who would charge $5,000 for that. Okay, my six-figure journey course, she was going to be hard to explain to non-investors. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I tried to do invested like a couple of weeks. I mean, invest. I tried to explain an investment a couple of weeks ago. I did a couple of lives on it. I took them to the Shib page, and helped them. I call it the white papers, but they call it, Shib got their own name for the paper. But told them about, explain to the audience at the time what the project is looking to do, how many coins they burned, right, and how they ended up in this position. And by them being, yeah, the wolf paper, Eddie, um, by them being a meme coin, a lot of people were kind of skeptic of it because it didn't have a function. The coin didn't have a function. It didn't have a utility. But now that they have the NFTs, right? And now that it's rumored that there's going to be a game, right? That's that, and they have whales that's buying up a bunch of the coins, because there's a lot of coins in circulation. That's why it's going to be, maybe depending on the volume, it might be a while, if ever, to get to a penny. But I try to explain the difference of, burning coins, and you know the difference between a meme coin and stuff like that. But now they're putting together things that's going to allow the coin to be functional. So, but yeah, we had several lives on that. Hopefully, the individuals that watched the live was able to build upon their advice, or the suggestions. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. The suggestions that I was given are basically just telling them what I was doing. Hopefully, they was able to build on that. Service we offer should take sheet. Yeah. So So back to what I was saying about the hotspots. You're only gonna go as far as your hustle take you. So a lot of them are making money. So that's why a lot of people buy the hotspot videos. But I encourage you guys, man, to invest into the six-figure journey course, man. Again, it's in the description of the video. The six-figure journey course, man, is packed with so much information. Again, man, most people don't invest in themselves. And what I tell people is, why reinvent the world when I have a course step by step showing you exactly how to make six figures. When I the first time I made six figures, man, I thought that was quite an accomplishment, but I realized that's nothing. I realized that some people, man, is making that a month. Some people is making that a month. And the process is basically easy. And so I laid out the steps, and I used me and my wife as a case study, right? And once I was able to do it, I'm like, I get it. People buy the hotspot course because that's a very lucrative business. You buy the video course, you learn the different methods, and you sell other people, and boom, you got income monthly. All right, I get it. But to me, that six-figure course, man, would teach you so much about credit, right? It would teach you so much about marketing. It would teach you, like, the first module is all about credit. How to get things off your credit, how to fix your credit, how to build credit, right? How to leverage your credit, basically how to sell your own credit. Okay, like multiple certificates in a day. All right, and uh, where to go with those certifications, to bring those certifications, right? So you bring those certifications to these different platforms, and you sell your service on those platforms, man. That's you can't beat that, man. Like today, you sitting on your sofa. At the end of the day, you got a certification from Google, right? And you can now offer a service, right? You can now offer a service to individuals. You could literally have a business by the end of the week, just watching that video, man, just learning, And then some people's like, well, you know what? I'm interested in credit, and I'm not interested in providing, you know, online services to people. I don't want to be Google certified or whatever. All right. I want to know how you making six-figure plus a year. Well, that's the last module in six-figure journeys. I tell you exactly what I'm doing to make money. All right. And then I tell you not only what I'm doing, but I'm telling you what I'm looking to do next year around this time, okay, to make money. And that's by buying homes from individuals. It's called subject to, without going through a bank. So to me, the hotspot course, man, it's 150. It's gonna make you money. I mean, I get it. It's gonna make you money, and if you're a hustler, it can make you 10,000 plus a month. The last company that I was with, the Blue Label, those guys are making 35,000 a month off of hotspots. I'm gonna say it again. They're making 35,000 plus money, income a month. All right, 35,000 plus a month off of hotspot sales. Okay, so I get it. The hotspot course is gonna make you money. All right. But to me, to me, that six-figure journey course, man, that's step by step of where you need to be to where you can start building wealth. So, and that like I said, man, my wife's first credit card. My wife had previous divorce. All right, two repossessions. Uh, uh, Buku student loans. My wife is a nurse, man. Buku student loans. All right, and like when we had pulled our credit one time, our credit score was so low they barely was able to pull it. Okay, use her as a case study. Use myself as a case study. My wife's first credit card, man. Within 3 months period of time, I was able to get get stuff to fall off my wife's credit, right? And build her credit up back up, right? Within 3 months to where she's at 735 now, all right? Around 735. Her first credit card was $10,000. Was a $10,000 Chase card. Her second second or third card. Well, I just got another card for her SoFi card. I told you guys about this a couple of weeks ago. $5,000. Uh, I forget how many cards my wife got. My wife really don't have a lot of credit cards. Okay, what usually happens is I get the credit card, I put her down as an authorized user, and that's how she's able. That's one of the strategies that I use to be able to get her credit card her her credit score up. All right, that's just one of the methods. But six-figure journeys, man, like people don't realize when you get your credit up, you become your own bank. Okay, you become your own bank. So I can go literally right now. I can go to a car lot. All right, I go to a car lot and just pull out a credit card and buy a car. Okay, I can go to a car lot right now, pull out a credit card and buy a car. So that's the goal, is to build up lines of credit to where if you wanted to fund an idea or fund a business venture, you will have access to credit. Look, that's my wallet, man. You see all those cards? Somebody asked me last how many credit cards you have. I said about 20. All of those credit cards up in here in my wallet. I can't even close my wallet because of the credit cards. All right. That's like they call it velocity banking. Okay, just having access to the capital. So I told you guys last week, also the week before last, that all of these stores are doing their Friday sales early. Okay, here's the thing: they're doing these Black Friday sales early because of what? Have a huge demand and the supply chain all jacked up. So what I told you guys was, if you're into selling fire sticks, buy as many fire sticks as you could. If you're into selling makeup or eyeliner or lashes or whatever it is you sell, why these stores having these sales going on, buy up as much as you could, okay? Because the holiday season is right around the corner, and what we're betting on. One of the things I tell people: never let it good, never let like a problem. Never let a good problem go to waste. All right. Never let a good problem go to waste. There's a problem, come up with a solution. That's a problem, come up with a solution. That's how you make money. So what we're counting on is that we're counting on supply being low and demand being high, and not a lot of people having those products in circulation. But what we're doing, we're buying stuff now at a discount. So when demand is high, we can come buy low, sell high. We can come and we can demand whatever price we want for that product. But you can't do that if you don't have access to capital. All right. The average person is not going to go into their checking account and take $5,000 out to go buy fire sticks. Okay. The average person is not going to do that. So what you need is access to capital. So you go ahead and you put that on a credit card. Now here's the thing too: to put it on the card, you get in perks from the card. You can get cash back from the card. You can get 12 months interest free on the cards. You can get points from the cards. So not only are you using the credit cards to make you money, but you're getting kickbacks from the cards, right? You're getting kickbacks from the cards that's going to allow you to do other things. Take trips or buy clothes, or you can even reinvest that cash back. Okay, so man, that's why it's a lot to explain, man. That's why I recommend that you get started with buying that six figure journey course. But again, most people, whenever somebody say, "Hey man, invest $100 into yourself," or "Hey man, invest $150 into yourself," it's going to help you make money. People like, man, that I ain't got it right now. I ain't got it right now, and I get it. That's how I used to be. I used to be, man. I ain't got it right now. I'm the type of person, bro. At the course 2,500, if I see that it's making you money, I'm gonna make that investment. And the reason why is because a video course is simply somebody showing you exactly what they did to make a profit. That's it. That's the only thing it is, man. That's the only thing I'm doing is showing you guys exactly what I did to make profits in these arenas. You know, I thought about doing a video course just explaining cryptocurrency, just explaining like different coins that I have, but I'm really not comfortable with doing that right now because, like I said, I'm still learning. All right, so far I've been successful, and the little money that I do have invested, I know more than the average person. I think when it comes down to digital currency, but I'm really not comfortable doing a video course on that because I don't like when somebody buy a course from me, they become my student. And what's going to happen is that I'm going to have more questions than answers, and then then what's the point? What's the point? If you buying something from me, right, and you're looking at me as an authority, a person that have knowledge of this issue, and if I got more questions than answers, then I don't think that's a video course that someone should buy. When six figure journeys, you ask me something about that, boom, I can spit it out to you. You know, well, I have every answer, no, man, because that's not how life works, man. We don't have all the answers to the questions in the universe, but subject matters that I know like the back of my hand, I'm able, what I'm saying, to go ahead and drop that, put that out there, so I'm able to do that. But yeah, guys, man. So change is coming to the channel. Yeah, if you haven't invested in Sheep, I recommend that you still have time to invest. Just look at the lines, man. But when they drop, buy. you know, buy when it drops, because it always drops. You're always gonna have people that's gonna come in, they're gonna buy, then you're gonna have a sell off. All right. When you see that sell off, buy, and then it breaks through that resistance again. It's all about patterns, guys. It's all about patterns. So I recommend that you go ahead and you just, do your research. Stay tuned. Like I said, give me about an hour. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna link my other channel. Well, give me like 20 minutes. I'm gonna link my other channel to the description of this video. You guys make sure you go ahead and you sign up there. Um, that way you don't miss anything. You don't miss a thing. It's your boy taking a bath. I'm taking less time. Peace. Don't forget to subscribe, subscribe, subscribe.